This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So let us see our sample test cases. In the first line of input, we are given the value of n and x, and then we are given n integers as input, and then in our output we must print the number of subarrays which has exactly x odd integers. So in this case the value of x is 2. So there are 3 subarrays which has only exactly 2 odd integers. So our output is 3. Now let us see all those subarrays. So the first subarray would be 3, and the next would be 3 4, and then 3 4 3, and then 3 4 3 1. And now we should start from this 4. So the next subarray would be 4 4 3 4 3 1, and then again 3. So 3 3 1, and now finally 1. So these are all the possible subarrays that can be formed for these integers 3 4 3 1. So there are these many number of subarrays. So here the value of x is equal to 2. So we have to count the subarray only when it has exactly 2 odd integers. In the first subarray there is only 1 integer, so this is not valid. And here there are 2 integers, but one is odd and one is even, so again this is not valid. And then 3 4 3, so there are 3 integers and 2 of them are odd, so this is a valid subarray. And then the next 3 4 3 1, so there are 4 integers and there are 3 odd integers, so 3 3 and 1, so this is not valid because we need exactly 2 odd integers. So the next is 4, not valid, and then 4 3 is not valid, and then 4 3 1, so 3 and 1 are odd, so this is a valid. And then the next is 3, so not valid, and then 3 1, so there are 2 integers and both are odd, so again this is also a valid. And then the last, there is only 1 integer, so it is not a valid subarray. So there are 1 2 and 3 valid subarrays, hence we print our output as 3. So we are also printing 3 as our output. Similarly, for the second sample input, there are 0 subarrays, hence we are printing 0 as our output. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. This is the program I have written. So first I am creating integer variables, and then I am accepting the values of n and x in the next line, and then I am creating an array named arr of size n, and then using a for loop I am accepting n integers as input. So now our task is to calculate the number of subarrays which has exactly x odd integers. So to do that I am creating another new integer variable named count, in which we will be storing the number of subarrays which has exactly odd integers. So now our task is to find all the subarrays present in this array arr. So to do that, first I am creating a for loop that iterates from 0 to n. And in every iteration of this loop I am creating another new variable named p, and I am assigning the value of I to it initially. So this variable p is now used within this while loop until the value of p becomes equal to n. So in every iteration we are incrementing the value of p, and this p is just the ending point. So within this while loop we are having another for loop which traverses through every subarray present in this array. So this j loop starts from I and goes till p. So initially the value of p will be equal to I. In the first iteration it would be traversing from I to I. So the first character alone would be a subarray, and then the p value increases. So in the next iteration this loop iterates from I to p plus 1, and then again in the next iteration it goes from I to p plus 2. So like this the value of p keeps on incrementing until the value of p becomes equal to n. And in every iteration of this for loop we are checking whether the subarray element is a odd or even. So if arr of j mod 2 is not equal to 0, then it is a odd. So we are incrementing the value of cnt. So this cnt is a variable which I have declared here, and in every iteration of this while loop we are making the value of cnt to 0. So after the execution of this for loop it would have traversed through the subarray, and if it has odd integers then the value of cnt would have been incremented. And after the execution of this for loop, if the cnt is equal to x, then it is a valid subarray. So we are incrementing the variable count which we have declared here. So like this when we do, we would have found all the subarrays which has exactly x odd integers. So after the execution of this for loop, finally we are printing the value of the variable count. So now let us check our program with sample test cases. I have given the sample input 1, and in this case we were able to form 3 subarrays, so we are also getting 3 as our output. So now I have given the sample input 2, and here our expected output is 0, so we are also getting 0. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.